Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to episode 50. That's right, cincuenta for you Spanish-speaking fans of the Dr. Clay Show. So I thought today what I would do is something unique for you, something special for you, because 50, after all, that's kind of a cool number, right? Like episode 100, I'll have something extra cool. Well, today at episode 50, what I'm going to do is pretend that I have 5 minutes with you or anyone, and what nutrition information would I give you to help you burn fat and even build some muscle. So my 5 minutes of most solid condensed nutrition information or advice that I have for you. And we're going to start now without further ado. Made a few notes here before we got started, and I'm going to start with number one being eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. I know you've heard me say that before, and it's in my book, Set Your Metabolism on Fire, etc. But still, many people do not eat often enough, and they'll eat like 4 meals a day, and then they wonder why they're not losing weight. You have to eat. Plan to eat every 2.5 hours, and you'll eat every 3 hours. Plan for 3, and you'll make it 3.5. But you have to eat often. Mr. Olympia Jay Cutler was recently quoted, "The more clean food I eat, the better I look." I concur. So number two, eat protein every time you eat. That's another one that I've said before, but people still don't do it. People say, well, I had almonds or I had a cheese stick with that snack. If it's under 10 grams of protein, it's not even count. We're talking double-digit amounts of protein. So for you ladies, it's usually 20, 25, men 40, 45, 50. So if you're not eating a significant amount of protein each time, and that's any time you eat. Don't just say, well, I had an apple for a snack. It doesn't count. No, eat protein with it with every meal. Significant amounts of protein every time. Number three, be real. When it comes to your cheating, when you're cheating, people tend to think, oh, I'm just not on my diet anymore. Wrong answer. When you're cheating and you're eating a cheat meal, you are gaining fat. That's just all there is to it. You're gaining fat. It's not that you're just postponing fat loss. You are gaining fat. If you need 400 calories per meal or 500 or whatever, and you eat more than that, you're going to gain fat. And if you eat less, you'll lose. So cheating is not simply a matter of, oh, I'm off my diet. It doesn't count. No, every cheat meal makes you fatter. And if you have 1 piece of sausage for breakfast, guess what? If you have 4 pieces, it's not just a cheat meal. That's 4 times worse. All right, let's move on. Number 4, be consistent. If I could give one piece of advice, this would be it. Be consistent. You have to, day in and day out, but not only with your being consistent with your eating right, but it's basically like people that eat right all the time look like they eat right all the time, and people that don't. But you also want to be consistent with your food intake. In other words, people will ask, how many grams of carbs should I eat? Well, I'll say, depend. How many have you been eating? Well, I'm not sure. You've got to know. So try 200 grams of carbs, for example. For most of you guys, that amount will work great. But consistently consume 200 grams of carbs and go from there and see what happens. Same with fat and so on. You get the idea. You have to be consistent to know what to change. Number 5, if you're really serious about making changes, and I assume you are if you're taking the time to watch this, keep a food journal. Get you a journal like this, write down everything you eat, then there will be no guesswork, and I guarantee you'll be surprised how much you're eating or how much you're not eating. And you're like, oh man, I'm only getting 4 to 5 meals every day, not 6, and so on. Keep a food journal, calculate your calories, your protein, carbs, and fat. That will do wonders for you. Number 6, eat most of your carbs. This simplifies carbs. This is all you need to know right here. Eat most of your carbs either in meal 1 when you first wake up or in your pre-workout, and when I say workout, I'm talking weight training, pre-workout and post-workout meals. Those 3 times of the day, when you wake up, before you work out, and after you work out. Eat most of your starchy carbs then. Number 7, when you're not eating carbs in a meal, so every meal has protein, those 3 meals should have carbs, the other meals should have healthy fat. That's the easiest way to simplify good nutrition right there. Supplements, but Dr. Clay, what about supplements? Well, yes, you should consume supplements, but guess what? You don't need many. A good fish oil product, that will cover your fatty acid bases. That's about the only supplement I recommend most people consume. Other than that, modest amounts of caffeine. And what I mean by that is about 200 milligrams before your workout, and maybe first thing in the morning, especially if you do cardio. If you'll use that amount, but not more than that, and get strung out on caffeine, then you'll do fine. Other than that, you really don't need supplements. Number 9, you just have to recognize, I'm wrapping it up here, stopwatcher's telling me it's time to go. Number 9 is you have to recognize that you are simply going to eat chicken, turkey, egg whites, fish, rice, beans, oatmeal, almonds, walnuts, etc. All those core healthy foods, that's what you're going to eat the rest of your life. Get over it. Number 10, eating right is a choice, and it's a choice that no one regrets. You don't have to eat right, but guess what? People that do don't go back and say, man, I wish I hadn't eaten right. No one regrets it. Even if you don't make the changes you want to as fast enough, you'll feel better, look better, etc. Number 11, and this is one of the keys, this one is between your ears. You have to realize that you are worth it. A lot of people think that for whatever reason they don't deserve to take care of themselves and don't deserve to take the time to cook their meal, so on and so forth. And they don't feel like they deserve to be the lean person or so on. You're programmed to think, well, I always, I just deserve to be fat. That's crap, forget it. And as long as you have that mindset, you're not going to get lean. So you got to ditch it and realize that you're worth it, and then make it happen. That's it. That's 6 minutes of the best, most condensed nutrition advice I have for you. Now go put it into effect. Till next time, I'm Dr. Clay.